Here we go, gentlemen. We're live. It's time to talk about your week 3 matchups. So, it was an interesting situation here in the office today. We got an actual trade done that did not involve my team. And we'll get into the specifics of that here right freaking now because Jared traded Tyreek Hill to my opponent. And just know, Jared, that there will be consequences. And it might not be this week because you're playing Jack, who I'm pretty sure doesn't know how to operate his phone or open his fantasy app. But there will be consequences in the future if Tyreek has a good game tonight. If Tyreek doesn't do well tonight, then I can let it slide. But that's what your fate is going to be based on. Now we look over here at Joe's bag of shit team. Just a bunch of losers up and down this lineup. I know you're bluffing. You're not starting Devonta Smith. I'm a little surprised you're still even rostering Devonta Smith. Cedric Tillman, Keon Coleman, even Wendell Robinson, much better options. There's probably 7 or 8 better options in free agency. And likewise, Marv Jr., look, he sucks. It is what it is. It's time for you to just acknowledge he sucks, cut these guys, and move on, or they're going to keep being featured on the Rage Drop report by Jared. Now, Omarion Hampton, 0 out of 10 confidence in that spot start there. Gibbs could do well against Baltimore, I guess. Bucky Irving, pretty good, I guess, against the Jets. And Dak Prescott should just feast all over the Chicago Bears. On my side of things, well, before I get to my side of things, I'm going to go bold prediction here. I'm going to say Brock Bowers does not finish as a top 6 fantasy tight end this week. He's still hurt, playing hurt. Now, on my side of things, you got Patrick Mahomes, Garrett Wilson, Jackson Smith and Jigba, Roma Dunze. I mean, I could go on and on. This team is goddamn stacked. So for my bold prediction, I'm going to go a little bit off the board here. I'm going to go Seattle defense finishes as the number 1 scoring defense in fantasy this week as they just crush Spencer Rattler and the Saints. Of course, I'm going to win. Going to be 3-0. I'm probably not going to lose a game this season, and you guys just need to be prepared for that. It's over. I'm the champ. So if you guys want to start sending me some draft location ideas for next year, I'll be happy to take your suggestions under advisement after I win. Now, from the penthouse to the outhouse, we're going to be talking about the Freemasons, Steve's team. Now, Steve's got a great matchup tonight with Josh Allen against Miami. They should smash. The Bills in general should just smash this matchup. What he has to worry about is, do they get up by so much so quick that they're just not really using Josh Allen? No, that's not going to happen. Josh Allen's going to be an animal. Alec Ayo-Manor, what the fuck are we doing here? This is only a 10-team league, for Christ's sake. You just picked up the wide receiver 2 on a team that's throwing for 140 yards a game. What are we doing? Dumb. Steve just can't seem to figure out that third wideout slot. If I'm Steve, I'm playing Romeo Doubs, though. Ayo-Manor, what? Because he caught a touchdown last week. Again, they're averaging 140 yards passing, and Cam Ward has thrown 1 touchdown. If you think this guy's going to get 100% of the touchdowns Cam Ward throws, fine. If you think he's going to get 60% of the yardage, fine. But that would be pretty goddamn incredible considering he's a wide receiver too. Ayo-Manor shouldn't even be rostered in a 10-team league. Again, one of the dumbest plays of the week. Like I said last week when he played Jaden Reed, who got him 0. Once again, Steve, with a super stupid play. Jake Ferguson should be fine. He'll get targets. He never scores touchdowns, though. Steve's key to victory is Josh Allen and his running backs because the rest of his team is just straight hot garbage. AJ Brown is downright benchable. I don't know how you could have any confidence in him. 3.5 fantasy points through 2 weeks. They're not throwing. The Eagles just don't want to throw. So much like I said with Joe, with Devonta Smith, you can just let AJ Brown go. Nobody wants him. Just let him loose. Bold prediction. I'm going to say AJ Brown continues to suck donkey nuts en route to less than 5 fantasy points for the third consecutive game. So no, he won't get a touchdown. No, he won't get 50 yards. He's going to suck. Now on senior side of things, Lamar Jackson, love the matchup against Detroit. They're going to have to keep scoring. That's awesome. Wide receivers, these are two teams that just their wideouts are not great. Mike Evans isn't what he used to be, clearly. George Pickens, meh. I mean, we'll see what he can do against the mighty Bears. I don't know. Bears might get him. Xavier Worthy, if he plays, should be pretty good, I guess. Genty will get going at some point. Love Jaylen Warren against New England and love Josh Jacobs at Cleveland. My bold prediction for senior, Lamar Jackson scores over 28 fantasy points for the third week in a row against Detroit this week. En route to senior, keeping Steve winless. 0-3, Steve. And that's pretty much it. You might as well start reading the menu at Waffle House because you're going to be GD. Now, we got 2 more GD candidates in Kevin versus Tony. Hurts Moore Brown Booty versus Kamara Sutra. And, I can't get a hold of Tony for the life of me. I don't know what's going on with him. Doesn't return his brother's phone calls. I'd be happy to help Tony out, give him some advice, some suggestions. But, it's clear by his 0-2 record that he's got it under control. He doesn't need any advice. Obviously, he's doing great. He's second to last. He was just hanging stickers a few weeks ago, so probably don't need to talk to me about anything. We're looking at Jordan Love at Cleveland. Brutally tough matchup, but Jordan Love is probably a better play than Kyler Murray, so what are you going to do? Love the pickup of Cam Scatabo, but you can't start him just yet against Kansas City. Javonte Williams probably getting in the end zone at least once against the Bears. Let's just call it what it is. Probably getting in at least once. DK Metcalf is a total loser. Hate him. Wouldn't even want him on my team. Total bum. Drake London should bounce back nicely against Carolina, and I think Joe Burrow's injury hurts T. Higgins a hell of a lot more than it hurts Jamar Chase, so I'm not worried there. Alvin Kamara, not going to do shit at Seattle. Bold prediction, Ted McMillan has his first week as a top 5 fantasy wide receiver. Certainly not his last. Ted McMillan's going to feast on the Falcons, who are missing A.J. Terrell, their star corner. There you go. There's Tony's bold prediction. Kevin, Jalen Hurts is a total bag of shit. Don't know why you wanted him, but there you go. He's there. He sucks. Whatever. Terry McLaurin sucks. Emeka Egbuka sucks. Amon-Ra St. Brown's pretty good, I guess. James Cook's been okay. He'll probably shatter the Dolphins tonight because they're just ass. Trey McBride, love the matchup with San Francisco. He'll probably get 70 scoreless yards because that's about what he does every week. Bold prediction for Kev. I am going to go Tony Pollard over 100 yards and a touchdown in this one. Who's going to win? Kev's going to win. Big Kev getting the dub. Now, our second to last matchup, Reese versus Jason. Yeti Powered versus Stafford Infection. Jason, get at me. Let me know what I can do to get Derrick Henry on my team. I've had Derrick Henry for like 5 minutes one time, and I've never had him again. I would love to have Derrick Henry. Let me know. Now, Henry should absolutely suck this week and for the rest of the season. If I were Jason, I'd be looking to get out. Obviously, Derrick Henry is washed. He's old. He just had a terrible game. I'd be looking to get out, maybe get into a young super stud like Bayshal Tootin. You look at Calvin Ridley, not done much. Again, the Titans can't throw the ball, so we'll see what happens there. I feel like Jason doesn't deserve Ladd McConkey. You don't respect him. You're putting Ladd McConkey on the bench. It's ridiculous. It's retarded. Get Ladd into your lineup. You're being a dum-dum. Baker Mayfield will crush the Jets because that's what Baker does. My bold prediction here is Chase Brown continues to suck. He is going to get all the volume and he's not going to do jack shit with it, guys. That's just how it's going to go. Now, I look at Reese's team. Reese is going to have a horrible, horrible week because he's got the Rams at that tough Philly defense, which means half of his team's going to be horrible. Baltimore at home against Detroit, though, I kind of low-key like that defensive matchup. Detroit really struggles on the road. Let's see here. Deebo Samuel is useless. You should be selling high on him. He's not good at football anymore, and it's not going to be long until everybody knows that. James Conner, another guy you should be trying to sell high. He's losing his job little by little to Trey Benson. Chuba Hubbard is okay. He's like the new James Conner. Bold prediction. I'm going to go Puka Nacua finishes with less than 8 fantasy points for the first time this season. That's what I'm going to go with. En route to Jason getting the dub. Sorry, Reese. The Rams have a tough matchup. You heard what I said in the video yesterday. When the Rams have a tough matchup, you're going to suck. That's just the way it's got to be. So I don't need to spend much time on Jack here. He's not managing his team at all. Hasn't touched his team since the draft. I'm not even sure if he knows how. That sucks. I thought Jack was going to be a good member of the league. Apparently not. On Jared's side of things, Drake May, okay, whatever. Drake May sucks, but Jared's going to roll him out anyway. He doesn't get to play the Dolphins this week, so he's probably not going to do as well. Nico Collins and Jefferson should be able to get going at least better than they have. Jameson Williams, you better pray to God outscores Tyreek Hill. I'm going to go bold prediction for Jared. Going to say Kyle Pitts sucks ass again. That's not that bold. I got to go something else. I will say Breece Hall under 60 total yards and no touchdown against a very tough against running backs Tampa Bay defense. Will it matter? No. Jared's going to win anyway because Jack doesn't even set his team, and I'm pretty sure Jaden Daniels isn't going to play. So there you have it, guys. There's your matchup previews. I will catch you later for the recaps after I kick Joe's ass.